A jihadist preacher has been allowed to stay in Britain despite his extremist views. The Yemeni-born imam, known as FM, has been identified as a national security threat and has been denied British citizenship. But the UK government still cannot deport him. RT's Anastasia Churkina is following the story.
Fighting extremism both at home and abroad is a priority for the British government.
We must be clear. The root cause of the threat we face is the extremist ideology itself.
But thanks to their own laws, officials are often stuck when it comes to turning words into actions. Take the example of a Yemeni-born 50-year-old jihadist preacher based in northern England. He was denied British citizenship on the basis of having extremist views. Identified only as FM, he fought and lost his bid for citizenship for over a decade, leaving the British taxpayer with a legal bill in the tens of thousands. He's also reportedly been living on benefits since moving to the UK in the 90s.
He preached extremist Muslim and anti-Western views. FM has been a supporter of jihad.
He has openly claimed a historic association with Osama bin Laden and/or sympathy with him.
But despite all that, the man still gets to stay and live in the UK. The Home Office, which refuses to comment on individual cases, can't deport the imam. Why? Because that would be a violation of human rights. According to one conservative UK-based think tank, as many as 28 foreign-born terrorists and suspects have been able to successfully rely on the safety cushion of the Human Rights Act to avoid deportation to their home country, because they could face mistreatment there.
There is an old saying that the law is an ass. And in this particular case, it certainly is an ass. It makes no sense, it's irrational, it has no logic to it, and it certainly doesn't conform to any understanding or interpretation of justice. The vile ideology subscribed to by bin Laden and his followers, which is the foundation for the ideology of ISIS, has no place in the civilized world.
But that's not all. Just recently, a man carrying an ISIS flag outside the British Parliament, just days before the anniversary of the 7/7 terror attacks and a week after the Tunisia attack that killed 30 Brits, was able to walk free. Police decided his actions were within the law. This much to an indignation of the British public, who took to social media to point out the double standards. An ISIS flag is good to go, but those displaying the St. George's Cross, an English flag, have on a handful of occasions been forced to remove it to avoid offense or violation of equality laws. Anastasia Churkina, RT, London.